texturizing it, right? So it will grow and just keep on.
Oh, okay. I think we're live. Let's see. Uh, hey guys. Good evening. Hello, my people of Facebook and YouTube, because we're live on both Facebook and YouTube. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you can hear us. Okay, so if you can hear us, we want to see you in the comments. We want to also give you a shout out. So tag 5 friends, okay? 5 of your friends, because Kojo is my friend, and I dragged that into Oriflame. So we want you to drag your friends into Oriflame. We want you to tag them on this video. We want
Yeah.
them to come and see how friends are, enjoying, you know, um, Oriflame, generally speaking. Okay. So Kojo and I, we are going to be talking today about from starter to beauty boss. That's what the series basically sharing, our Oriflame success story, and we're going to be learning a lot. You're going to be, hearing an amazing story. But while we are waiting for you guys to join and waiting for your comments, because we really need to see those comments to be sure that
Yep.
you guys are here. While we're also waiting for you to tell us where you're watching from and also tag 5 friends, okay? So, guys, everyone, I want to see you tag 5 friends, right? Let us know if you can hear us and tag 5 friends. We need to see the comment. So while we're waiting for you to do that, we're going to be, doing our routine, our night routine. Okay, we're currently running a 14 days glow up challenge. Is our skin glowing or not? Right? Could you have your routine going?
Really great. Honestly, it's totally amazing. I mean, this is something that I always ordinarily do, right? And but this is our like 2 minutes of or 1 minute because we've done part of it in the shower.
Yeah.
So 1.5 minutes of personal, making sure that you're getting the best to your skin, right?
Mhm.
So we're going to be doing like
Self-pampering. So yeah, we already washed our face with our
yeah.
cleanser. So we're just doing like the second step. So I like this your format. It's so cool. I still like the old school method of like warming it on
Yeah.
on my
So
fingertips and then just applying it there.
exactly.
That's
I was making a head note to kind of do differently too because this is personally yours and it has like a nozzle, so
yeah.
it would come out very small if you actually control it well. Yes, second step done.
Second step. So I've been enjoying like both.
Me
I've been
too.
using the bright intense for daytime, and then
Yes,
this is Ojukokoro. I reviewed this and I
yes.
was like, no, I have to try this. I know my skin is
Okay,
not saggy yet, but I have to try this one, right?
okay.
That
So the lift and firm is my go-to all the time. This is the first time I actually got the bright intense to, apart from the when I used it first in October 2023. Since then, um I decided to use this lift and firms, but now I got bright intense again and I use it in the daytime, the bright intense serum, and this is for night. You can see that this guy is already going. I can't wait for
and I just love it. Like there's
egg.
this smoothing effect that I kind of like noticed like on with this one. It's quite different from the other ones
So
I've
it's
used.
slightly thicker. It's
Hmm.
slightly thicker, yes. And
Yeah.
it's very intentional because it's tailored to, a little more mature skin.
Hmm.
So,
So they need
skin
they
that
need a
needs
little extra
lift.
hydration.
Exactly.
I
Skin that
see.
needs lift, and you want to curb sagging and all of that. Yeah. Hence the reason. I mean, it only does
Okay.
make sense.
I think we're having people join us. Hi, Mary Jane. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Linda, thank you for tagging your friend. Hi, Blessing from PH. Thank you for plugging in. So, guys, please, okay, we need to see you. We need to know that you're here with us now. Greet us. Say, Coach Faith, Coach Joy,
Hey,
good evening.
good
Eh,
evening. Oh, well done. How you
so,
at? Oh, I
I
forgot to
mean,
ask.
we're Nigerians, okay? So please, when you see somebody in the evening, you greet, good evening, ma, good evening, sir. Do like that so we can, respond.
Oh my
Okay, guys, so we're
goodness.
going to be having so much fun on this session tonight. And
So I
yeah, so if
normally do this after
you,
my serum. Since April last year, somehow at least 3 times a week or three.
if I talk quick now, I go take that.
I don't dey show enough it.
Why you for not give me updates since now? Now, wow. I probably try that tomorrow because I already have the face cream on my face
On
already.
your face. Well, it's like extra hydration.
Mhm. And
So it's
your skin is very, very oily, so like for you to be applying this and you don't have any breakout, is like it's really, really
exactly
really
because
oily.
oily skin can be dry too. In fact, as a matter of fact, the reason why you might be breaking out and having issues is that your skin is not drinking enough moisture.
Mm.
Yes, and by moisture, um, um, moisturizers can also help. If you think about the what's that? The facial oils. You know,
Yeah.
avocado oil is, and I particularly, if you have oily skin, I would advise you go for the avocado oil. Then, if you
When I
have
have
normal,
olive oil.
aha, because you have normal to, normal skin. So, yeah, you could do that. Avocado oil is one of those oils that would also prevent blemishes, breakouts, and all of that. So it's properly suited to what's that? To oily skin.
Okay, I think we have got a couple of people online, so I think it's about time for us to get started. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome if you're just joining us. And if by any chance you're watching the replay, let us know also in the comments. We will look for your comments and give you a shout out. So, welcome to our first edition or the first episode of our Oriflame Success Story series, where we are going to be like talking to um, leaders in Oriflame here in Nigeria, all over Nigeria, that are crushing it in Oriflame. I know that, like I shared in my post, Oriflame Nigeria leaders, like we don't even have time. Like we're so busy working on our business to come and be bragging or telling you about what this business is doing for us. But this is 10 years on, and like we are still pushing. We're still as passionate as we started, basically because this business has changed our lives. And I just felt like we're not telling our stories enough. We are not
Mm,
sharing our stories enough. I mean, our team members hear our stories because inside our community, inside our WhatsApp groups, everybody knows what's going on. But the world needs to hear our story. Like Eric Warren would
absolutely.
say that we have a better way, and we need to tell everyone about it. So this series, we're going to be talking to Oriflame leaders here in Nigeria, making it, crushing it all over. So welcome, Coach Joy, to our first episode. I'm super excited to have you.
Thank
So
you.
let's
Thank you.
start. Can you just tell us about, yourself, your Oriflame journey, what inspired you to start?
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Again, okay, so my name is Joy Onwumere, as you can see there. I'm a wife, a mom, and I am that woman who started her business as a busy when I was a busy business executive, when I was working actively. Actually, it's sometime around this time, that we probably first discussed. Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. 2017, sometime towards the end of June, for some reason, Coach Faith came to my house, and me, I thought that, she was coming to visit with my husband because they have um, a relationship. And so my husband was ordinarily going to hear, about the company, Oriflame from Coach Faith. And here I was, just being someone who was excited about, oh yeah, so our friends visited, she came with her husband, and it was great to host them. And then I started hearing them talk about Oriflame. All I heard, that filtered into my ear was Oriflame. And, I didn't really particularly take the name into mind. But when I heard it to mind, when I saw the advert that I had seen, of course, I'm a perfume person. Let me raise my hand. So I noticed fragrances. And that fragrance was actually Amber Elixir at the time. So,
Yeah.
aha. So I saw that, and I made a head note. I noticed it and I was like, this fragrance is too cheap. That was what was on my mind when I saw it, on the internet. So I said, it can't be. So when she said Oriflame, and I said, Oriflame? Yes, I did see a fragrance and I tried to describe it. And she said, oh, I have a catalog here and I can, easily show it to you. And I said, oh, yeah, that's the fragrance. Yes. Oh, really? Is this cheap? Is it any good? I will not. That was like the statement I had made. Is it any good? And she said, oh, yeah, it's really great. And she tried to give me a rundown of the philosophy of the products, why this fragrance, was the marketing, the reason why it was cheaper than usual, because I was into designer fragrances. So I said, why is it so cheap? So she said, oh, we bypass all of the marketing, all of those with those of us that are brand partners that push the brand. And I understood it. Okay. And I said, okay. And she told me about how safe the product was for itself. All the science bells in my head rang. And I was like, hang on a minute. You're telling me that this thing is not going to be a case of devil take leg, give shoe. She said, no, nothing like that. I was like, please sell to me. How much? Okay, this is the price. Oh, yeah. So let me give you money. She said, no, I'm not going to sell to you. I said, ha, okay, what did I do wrong now? And then she now said she was going to, that I could buy directly from the company. And she again told me why that would ordinarily, be great. I'll get cash back. I say, wait, 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 wait. Now the mathematics bell in my brain rang. Tell me that I'm going to get money back, even if it's 500 naira. And, I started to think that nobody has given me money back for buying anything, at least that I could remember up until that time. So she said she was going to sign me up. So if you ask me why I decided to sign up with Oriflame, signing up, you know, it made sense. I've been thinking around this question, and honestly, let's not complicate it. It just made logic to me
Mm.
that if I shop, I will get money back, for shopping what I like. Nobody was imposing what I needed to shop and for and all of that. It made sense.
Mhm.
Then she invited me for a business opportunity meeting. She didn't say everything to me there. In fact, she didn't tell me anything about business or something. She just said, come and listen to. We normally have these meetings on WhatsApp. You'll be able to catch up. Everything is written. And I had mentioned that I had an event, on the day, but I could read up, right? She said yes. I said okay. And when I read everything, I eventually did attend that meeting and I read everything, the business part. I was just wondering how this was like too good to be true to come to me in Nigeria. First of all, Sweden checked off all the boxes. I said, wait, so I get to shop from Sweden without going to Sweden, without always having to worry about, demo. I had an issue in the office then. We're working on certain things that had come up because the job I do, we're a manufacturing company. So
Yeah.
all the everything I knew about shipping and all of that. And somebody was going to bypass all of those for me, and my product will come to me. So
Hmm.
I was like, we're definitely signing up. So again, when how I started the business part again made sense.
Yeah.
It again made sense. At that time, I was already uneasy about, just continuing aimlessly, if I can say it like that, at the job that I was, because I was already getting to like the peak in terms of
Career path.
position exactly in that particular career, that particular company. And it seemed like there was a ceiling,
Yeah.
and that didn't sit well with me. By a ceiling, you get where you go reach, if you pass them, and that
Exactly.
slows down your money, that slows down your growth path. That didn't really sit well with me. So I was looking for something already. And when I found Oriflame, it checked all the boxes for me. So it made sense every step of the way at that time. I think that that is how I would simply put that answer. And when I read about the fact that I could begin to plan my plan B, out of that job where it was just, we're going round, of course. And as much as I was earning and seemed to be doing well, guess what? Money didn't make month. I mean, what's the name? You
They,
know,
you have more months
month,
than
month,
money.
you have more month than money.
You have more months than money because I mean, in this, they just balance, right? Thank you so Thank you so much, Coach Joy, for sharing that beautiful intro. So, guys, I'd like to know, like, if you're watching here and you're already an Oriflame brand partner, I want to also hear your story. Like, what inspired you to join Oriflame? Why did you join Oriflame? Coach Joy, from her story, she actually came in because she heard that, well, she can get the products that were already looking cheap compared to the luxury brands that, she was used to. And then she heard she could get it even cheaper, and she could even get money like cash back for shopping like things that she loved. It was a no-brainer for her. And then of course when she learned about the business opportunity again, it just made sense. It's about it's so simple. I think like that's where a lot of people struggle with Oriflame, because when we explain to them how this really works, it's too simple for people
to
that are
to
already looking for
comprehend.
working
Yeah,
hard. So they be like, no, there has to be more. And then sometimes they like, let me even see true. Are you sure that this thing is as real as they say? Because how do you mean you just sell products and then you make profit and they still pay you and then you still travel? I'm like, people don't get it, and I understand. But I always tell people, if you have half an I like your IQ is above average, a little bit above average, you understand this.
yeah.
If you don't understand this already,
One moment. Let me solve a small emergency in this with the Yachipo.
all
One
right.
one moment.
No problem. So, guys, I hope that this is making sense for you so far. We're getting into the juice of the matter, but I want you to do something for me real quick. I want you to share this video. I need to see more people joining live. I need more people to kind of like be here to see what we're doing, to be inspired by these stories. Tag at least 5 people, okay? Tag at least 5 people. Okay, Mary Jane said that she joined to get safe natural skincare products. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I like to read more from you. Please share with us why you joined, your reason, your stories. Let us know why you said yes to Oriflame. Let's know why you said yes to Oriflame, and of course, I'm going to put your comment up if you do. Okay, so share, share, share. I like to hear that. So while we're waiting for Kojoy to come back, for those of us who are probably joining for the very first time, and maybe you've heard about Oriflame, you don't quite understand what Oriflame is about. But Oriflame is a beauty and wellness company from Sweden that pays people to look good. Like legit pays people to look good, right? So Oriflame has three promises or three offerings. Number one, you get to look great using our products. So if you watch this video from the beginning, you would see us using our skincare. So we've got everything that you need to take care of yourself from head to toe, inside out. Okay, now you get to look great using our products. You can see Joy looking really great. Of course, I'm looking great, right? And then second thing that Oriflame offers is the fact that you actually can earn money, okay, from recommending these products. Okay, you can earn money from you use it, you look great, and then people naturally start to compliment. Wow, your skin looks great, your hair looks great, you smell nice, you look good generally, and you want to now share what you're using with them, right? So Oriflame pays you for recommending this product, and you can go beyond just recommending to becoming an entrepreneur. You can actually build your business, okay, by not just recommending the product, but building a community of beauty lovers that are like you, and inspire them to do more. You can now train them, you can coach them, and you can build your career to greater heights. And this is how the people that like Coach Joy and all the leaders I'm going to be interviewing on this show are basically making it. They have gone from just beauty enthusiasts, which Coach Joy and myself actually, we all came in as beauty enthusiasts, and then we
Yeah.
went on to become entrepreneurs with Oriflame. And that you can earn unlimited income. Like legit, there's no limit, there's no cap to what you can earn. Your income can literally double every month.
Really.
That's the truth. your income can literally double every month. When I show people my income, in Oriflame so far, it's crazy how every single month, not since 2017, when I really started to do this as a business, income has been increased. It's crazy. I don't know how that happened, but guys, I can tell you that's what has happened for me. So that's the opportunity that you have when you become a partner with Oriflame. And then you also have the opportunity to travel the world, and both within Nigeria, and before we used to say just national and international, but
International.
now it's on another
National
level,
trip.
So you can now go to, it's now national, regional, and international, because now you can travel within Nigeria, you can now travel within Africa, you can explore Nigeria, you can explore Africa, and you can explore the rest of the world with Oriflame. Because as you build your career with Oriflame, you get to, enjoy luxury vacations 3, 4, 5 times in a year. Literally, almost every other month, we are on a plane somewhere, and that's
Going
like
somewhere.
what Oriflame basically has to offer you. So, Coach Joy, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. So to let's go on to the next question, right? Let's go on to the next question. What were your biggest challenges when you decided to do this as a business? Just like you said, you came in just because you wanted to use the product for yourself, and then eventually saw that the business made sense and you actually started. So what was it for you? Like, what was your biggest challenge?
So the
Or
first,
what?
I think what I would identify as the first challenge was understanding how um, how simple it was going to be to ordinarily enlarge my team to the capacity that would give me the kind of growth that I was seeking to have. So, and there are different levels. So the first level was I became a manager. Let's say to because we're reaching out to the world. So a manager is one who will probably have a team of somewhere around 20, 25, 30 people, you know. Eventually you probably have like 40 people and you get 20, 15, 20 to be active somewhere there. And I became a manager. There was a challenge and that happened fast. And it seemed like it was a walk in the park. So I was like, I'm acing this thing. Then there was next level from there. And that is the first time it seemed like, okay, how can I, like, there was a ceiling. I came in July. I became a manager by, I think by August or so. It had
Because you
happened because
qualified for the
August,
manager.
yes,
Okay.
because I qualified for manager seminar. So by beginning, towards the end of August, it was already going to happen. I think by the beginning of September, it was done with, and then something like that or so, and went for managers seminar in Abuja, which was an awesome experience. So there was getting to become a 15% manager, and it seemed like I was stuck on 12% for a good while. Yeah, a good while meant like all the way till the end of the year. And it was very frustrating. For some people, like only 3 months, and I think it was very frustrating for me. you know. And I think it was either the proper end of the year or in January that I grew to 15% manager. And that seemed to be it. Okay, so go on from there to 21%. Now, the simplicity of what I needed to do to expand and make sure that I had so many more people, I always thought that it was, a lot of work on me personally, and I didn't realize that as long as I was ready to embrace a lot of people, talking to a lot of people without being interested in the outcome. For me, the outcome was, how can you not see the lights that I saw? So I was attached to the outcome. So I needed
Mm-hmm.
to learn that my job was to provide information and dissociate from the outcome. That as long as I was giving information to enough people, like leisurely, yes, with intention, because somebody will hear leisure and say, oh, but we have to be intentional. I say, I agree, but you have to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
So that you are used to doing it as your lifestyle. You wake up in the morning, you're talking Oriflame, and that was the pivot for me. And I started to learn that look, I could actually even wield anything I was talking about and
Yeah.
wield Oriflame into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big challenge for me then. And when I conquered it, by the time I became, I didn't even really 18%, yes, but we stayed there. Could to not even allow you to stay on 18%, like she'll be on your throat.
You
So
pay rent.
you want to grow. Yeah, thinking of how can I jump to 21% like real quick? Because someone always let you drink water. And she would always remind you that this thing, turn by turn, it's spice of life. This thing you are doing, and so you go reap am. Say, no, hell no, I gotta, get on that path. And when I became a 21% manager, honestly, it was back to back to back. And then I closed director. So that was really big for me. And that was the change. And from then on, it was just easier to recruit. Recruiting, making sure that I had people join my team, was that challenge because I was married to the outcome. And by the time I learned and I dissociated from that, my growth came so much faster and better. And honestly, I have more retention. I have a lot of old people,
You
on
are
my
still
team that are
amazing.
still there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Coach Joy, for sharing that. So I'm sure you're probably listening, and the two ways to this is either you're already a brand partner with Oriflame, you're stuck, and it's basically because you're not sharing this opportunity with enough people. This I will always tell my team that this Oriflame business is not where two or three are gathered, though. It's not where two or three are gathered. So some of you just talk to like two or three people, and you just
And some are just a lot of
because
people.
it makes sense for you. You just like if I like everybody should understand this. Unfortunately, that's not how it is. So you just have to kind of like go out of your way and just spread the word. Just keep sharing this, and it's not on you if they do not join. It's not because Oriflame is bad, or it's not because they did not understand. It's not because you don't know how to convince. It's not because you're not explaining well. It's just you're sowing seeds. Some will fall on rocky soil, some will fall on soil with thorns, and some will fall on good ground. And some good grounds will produce 30%, some 60%, some 100%. Not your business. Just keep sowing those seeds. All right. So I like you guys to share with me in the comments. If you're in Oriflame currently, or if you're not in Oriflame yet, what's that one thing that is keeping you or holding you back, that you feel like, okay, this is the reason why I haven't moved on from where I am. This is probably the reason why I'm struggling where I am struggling. What's that one struggle? What's that one challenge that you're having in your business right now? Or what's that one reason why you haven't joined Oriflame yet? If you're watching this and you're not an Oriflame brand partner. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question, which is kind of like linked to what we have just talked about now. As a leader in Oriflame, can you just like talk to us about what your daily routines are like from when you wake up to when you go to bed? What do you do? What are the things that you do that's really helping you to build your business? I mean, like now you do like 10,000 BPs, like 6 million in sales in like what, 5 days, 6 days? Like, and some people are like, that seems like such a big deal. So you're quite successful in the business. How do you do? What's your daily routine like?
Thank you. So, I wake up in the morning and I have to get my children out of the door. My children are teenagers now, and they're in senior secondary school and baseline for junior secondary school. So, on the average, and 7 o'clock is the time to be out of the house, 7:10 max, so that they are in school for assembly for 7:30, way before 7:30. So all of that. So depending on what we're having for the day, cook before then, me time with God first, then bigger study of my quiet time after they go, and sort my husband out depending if he's going to work or he's working from home. We have that. That happened because of Oriflame. I'll talk about that. the opportunity for him, or the idea for him to begin to work from home. And so somewhere around 10 o'clock, within that morning time, I'll wheel in my exercise, and because we do have to keep fit. And then um, go on to, most times I would have a call, business planning session or call with the people that I am looking to follow up with, that I would have itemized the previous day, as the case may be, and then start to um, make calls in house, team calls first, between like 11 and 1, and then start reaching out to those who are customers or um, business prospects after, well in the afternoon. And I could go all the way ordinarily, because I have the time now. This is what I am doing for myself these days. I now have the time. I can go all the way like that, all the way till like 2 or 3 o'clock. Somewhere there, lunch would fit in. So I work for my business. I would do a run of 11 to like 3 o'clock. And then between 3 and 6 p.m., as the case may be, is family, cooking, what we are sorting. Again, it depends on the day. I am that flexible. And talking to my team would also include, if it's going to be text, creating text in the different, clusters that my team is, trainings or what I need to say in the different groups and all of that. And then all the way till evening. After sorting family out, we can have like night time for my business again, this time of the day, like a 7 to 9 or 7 to 10, as the case may be. And within this time, there's almost always somebody that is reaching out for with a question, with something to do, whatever it is, as the case may be, and I could sort everybody out. So I am fully immersed in my business. My business is always on my mind. Sometimes I do go out, yes, but trust me, my business is always on my mind. I think it's culture that I built even when I was working. If I haven't looked at my phone in 30 minutes, I feel like something has happened that I'm missing. So it's intentional, because when I was working, I was working a very demanding job. So if I could be in a meeting, I could be, but I'm thinking somebody might be trying to reach out to me. Your customer has reached you and you're not there to answer your customer. That kind of a thing. So my business is on my mind. So that's why I can't leave my phones, like, and just, I will come back to it. I would retract that call in no time. If I don't answer you, then just know that I felt that it wasn't an emergency and I would speak to you later. So that's like what it is for
Okay.
me
Yeah.
on the average.
Okay, okay, fantastic. And that sounds like pretty basic, you know. Like it's just like your everyday life. And I think that a lot of people actually think that for them to succeed in Oriflame, they need to bring out like special time. Of course, like you have to give out that, 2 3 hours a day for you to do what we call the income
Mhm.
producing activities, but they are not. That's where this is so amazing because they're so flexible. You don't have to do it
Yes.
at this particular time. You can just whip it in your routines. And what I love about Oriflame is that it helps you to just have a balanced life. So from what Kojoy has shared, you could see that her business does not affect her relationship with God. Her business does not affect her time with her family. Her business does not affect her time for her health because she still makes out time to do a workout. So that's the fantastic thing about it. I feel like some people hold themselves back a lot because they feel, oh, if I want to commit to this Oriflame business, then a lot of things in my life are probably going to shut down. And by the
No,
way,
this
guys,
helps
even if you're
a lot. This
really,
headphones.
you can't you can do it while you're cooking, while you're washing, while you are, whatever, like, in your, along, I would say, like, you just whip it into your life, right? And I was going to say that for those of us who work, Kodra and I were working full time. And I think I was working and doing my business for almost like 2 years before I quit. And I was
Same
still
thing.
successful. Exactly, same thing, right? So,
Yes.
Koja, I think you almost 3 years because you quit like
Almost
2020,
almost three
so you
years.
were like on it for like
2017, half of 2017 to 2020 January. So 2.5 years.
yeah, okay. So 2.5 years, yeah. So we were still crushing it, right? Of course, when you are your own boss, okay, when you have time freedom, you have more time to commit into that, and of course, definitely, as you give this more time, you get more result out of it. But generally speaking, it's just about whipping this whole thing into your daily routine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are almost going down the questions. And in case you guys have questions for Coach Joy, please drop it in the comments. We will be taking these questions in a bit. So if you have like a particular question that you wanted to ask her, or from what we have been sharing so far, if you're inspired and like maybe there's something on your mind you really just want to talk about, we will be happy to take your answer, your question. Right, Coach Joy. What's your best advice for new people? Okay, so whether they join for the business or for the product, if I would say maybe it's like $1 million advice, what's that one thing that you can, if you had your way, to share with every new person that joins the Oriflame, what would that be?
Okay, so it might be two pronged because if you are joining for products, which was for me, and at first, right? I just considered that after doing my checks, I feel like sometimes people have like trust issues because they didn't research properly. If you took the time to do FBI work on top of Oriflame, I promise you, you'll be convinced by yourself because you will read about the philosophy of products. You read about, you see, if you understand numbers, you see the end of year, you see the report, sustainability report, all of this, the annuals, all the way till the previous year. Everything is laid down. You understand for you. You see it. There's no hanky panky, right? So for the products, for me, by the time I was told about Oriflame, I heard Sweden. I, did my check. I heard the way the products were produced. And I just considered that I've reached my last bus stop. So that was the first decision I made that, okay, this product, this brand that I have found, I'm going to embrace this brand. And I am using the word embrace because I'm going to use it again for those who consider to do the business. So embrace the brand and the products for what they are and what they say they can do. This has avocado. You know that it has avocado, and this oil is a hair, face, and body oil. Please use it for hair, face, body. Believe in I have never experienced a hair, face, and body oil, really, other than in Oriflame. So put your trust issues, to the back and try the product without, if I'm trying something with, I said this thing is going to work. My spirits, I don't know, it won't work, right? Most likely, because I would always be operating from the place of doubt. Same thing, the business, right? I would say embrace the amount of work that is required to be done. So I'm using embrace again because people come into this business and consider that it is not a career. It is not something that you can do, that I can introduce myself and somebody is asking me, what do you do? And I say, I am an Oriflame brand partner. Currently, I am, you know, um, a director in Oriflame Nigeria, really. And you go on to there and extrapolate whatever niche you have carved for yourself in the company, in the business. And trust me, it can be as big as you want or as little as you want. So when you don't embrace, I was still having that conversation with my friend. I said, we don't embrace the amount of work that we require. We consider that the business is something that you would do as a hobby and it will pay you a lot of money. When you think like that, you're going to be stuck for a good while. But when you embrace it, if you were given a job and somebody they give you KPI and somebody says, tell me this is what you're supposed to do, you will do it. You embrace it because you expect that you'll be paid a salary at the end of the month. If you do not embrace what is required for you to do and do it consistently, you're always going to have issues. So same thing, the word embrace comes both ways. But the first one, for the person who's using the product, you have some people who they use only roll on in Oriflame. Their powder is another brand, their what's the name is another brand, and all of that. You have trust issues.
It gives me heebie-jeebies. Oh
So
my god.
I think that sums it all up. So that way, when you didn't meet the mark, because I'm not going to say that it is always going to be rosy. When you didn't meet the mark, you will agree that, oh, I didn't do enough work this time. I'm going to make sure that I do more work this time. You would, without beating yourself up or exuding bad energy that would reduce your time to just rerun, make a quick rerun. You would just realize that you are good because you will keep improving what it is that you are doing. I think that I would leave it at that, and let us expand it in our minds by ourselves, because
Absolutely. I
that's
think
really what.
that is well said, and I think that's where a lot of people have not gotten to yet. They haven't gotten to that point where they have really, really embraced the product. I mean, I see brand partners who want to say they want to grow their business in Oriflame, and I see your skin, and I know you're not using products.
Exactly.
I, I,
Exactly.
I'm standing beside you, and you smell really bad, and I'm like,
Why?
why would you be smelling like
Why?
when we have
Why?
roll on, we have everything like this?
Hey,
And
God.
then you have very good reasons, fantastic reason why not using this or you're not using that. Yeah, yeah, still playing, I still playing
They're
10 10.
playing. They're
They
playing.
play. They
They
play
play.
because they don't know why the reason why they are not doing that because they know they even see anything where they use for your body. They know they see the
Yeah.
evidence. So you have to start with that. And just like Coach Joy said, it's not just about hey, my face I have pimples. Wait till I go use. Recommend for me. I beg my budget is small. No, you have to go beyond that to really wanting to understand the product, every single one. Like I always tell people, if you're a new brand partner, your first 90 days, your job is to understand the product. I mean, I review the products, I talk about refilling products. People are wondering whether me, I follow them for lab or reading. It's because I dig into this product like I love it. I embrace it.
Mhm.
They bring a new product today. I'm spending like a whole day just trying to figure out that product, understand it, research the ingredients, embracing it because that's what I can now put out, share. That's what will help me creating content. That's what will help me make
Exactly.
the right recommendation, and the joy that you even get. In fact, first, I even want to first buy it for myself and try it and use it because what you have all of these things inside and me, I will not enjoy it. No, 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 no. Me first. So it has to do with that. And then just like Coach Jen said, you need to embrace the amount of work that is required to take you from here to here. There's nowhere in life that you want to increase your income putting in the same amount of work, the same amount of effort. It's not going to work even in the place where you work, even in the small business you're doing. If you want to
Exactly.
charcoal, you want to go from selling the one that they use paint rubber to measure. They use paint rubber to measure charcoal.
Mm,
Then come and start selling in bags. It cannot be the same amount of marketing. It cannot be the same amount of effort. You cannot be showing up at your shop by 10 p.m. or 10,
mm-mm.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
the afternoon or whenever you like, you come outside. If you want to become like a major exporter in charcoal, you can't sit down in that your front of your shop and waiting for the person that want to pass to buy.
Hey.
You have to do more. It requires more. You have to come to terms with the fact that for me to get more, I have to become more. I have to do more. Once that clicks in your brain, trust me, that's like it begins for you. And again, what to do will come because it's not like you don't know what to do. I'm sure they're doing a lot of trainings. Okay, you're in groups that are doing a lot of training. Oriflame is doing a lot of training. The reason why you're not joining those trainings because you have not allowed yourself to accept the fact that okay, this thing I really want to grow in it, and I have to learn. So I would plug into trainings. I would read up what I need to read up. Some of you will come on the
Yeah.
class, hey, 1,000 message, I beg. But those are trainings that are supposed to help you
Mm-hmm.
with the right
Mm-hmm.
knowledge that you would apply into your business to grow your. But you have very good reasons why you cannot take those trainings read them or listen, your reasons are very valid and they're okay. And when you tell us, we'll be like, okay, no problem. But at the end of the day, your bank alert will be showing you what you
Exactly.
deserve at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So embrace the products, embrace the amount of work that's required to move, and you'll see yourself growing naturally. Thank you, Coach Joy, for that powerful, powerful advice. Okay, now let's ask this question. Now, for a lot of people will be like, how do you, like, what is that major product that you personally, use to grow your business? I know there's so many things. There's some people that like their feminine merchants, some people it's toothpaste. What's that one product for you that's like your core product that have helped you to grow your business so far? What's that one product that you focus on?
Okay, so in the beginning, it was a lot of perfumes. It was skincare and perfumes. Skincare and perfumes. I think they still are there. Skincare is still there. Somehow, I would want to help you with your skin when you join my team. If I am inviting you to my team, I would always talk to you about your skin. So skincare, and now, in the last like 3 years, it's been philosophy as well. It's been wellness. So both skincare and wellness hand in hand. In getting older, from time, my skincare journey became obvious to a lot of people. I still advertise my skincare journey. I still talk about my skin, and I still advertise the fact that I wasn't looking for skin, looking to solve my skin. In fact, I had accepted it as my cross, and then I tried, and my skin got better. And today I would, my face would attract you first before I, open my mouth. And when I open my mouth and introduce myself and probably tell you what I'm what, or who I am, or how old I am, you say, nah, you gotta be kidding. So skincare is still there. And philosophy, everything, right, is still there a lot. So now I would always tell somebody you have to be taking care of yourself from inside out, whoever you are, at whatever level you are in life in terms of your age. And while you do that, the perks of the business opportunity now, or of the shopping opportunity, let me say it like that, is you also add perfumes. So I don't need to say much about that one. Say, go and find something you like. Make sure you collect this perfume. So those three still really stand for me. All the other things are still there because my nursery coach came to my house, and one day and she said, "You have all these products?" You know?
I was shocked. I was like, oh, like you have all of them opened. Ah, now wow.
So I use everything to my hair. I'm going to try everything because for me, part of my own question to myself is, if somebody asks you a question about this product, what can you say about it as a leader? I considered myself a leader from day one, and that really really instructed my journey. It instructed my personality and who I am in Oriflame, because I did not think that I was that person that needed to be told to do or told about, especially things as simple as the products, because I quickly understood that we're moving products here. This is what it is. So you
Yeah.
know it for yourself. I think I was one of those that researched so much, and I found where we're getting nice catalogs from when I just joined Oriflame. It was, really amazing. So till tomorrow, who I am and the kind of people that I attract now, because I'm more like getting to my middle ages, and what you would say is you would attract who you are. So mature people
So
come to my team, and I want to keep them in Oriflame. I want them to always find value here. So I would already talk to you about something that I know, if you keep taking care of yourself with these, you would want to stay because you won't find anything like it in this place. And for me, two that always stand out would be the skincare and wellness products.
amazing. Thank you so much. Just I want to ask you some fire questions, like fun questions. So I've mentioned two products and you get to choose
Okay.
which one is your favorite,
Okay.
okay? So skincare or makeup?
Skincare. Skincare.
Okay. Wellness pack or meal replacement?
Ah, wellness pack daily. Wellness pack.
Wellness
Wellness
pack.
pack.
What's your favorite fragrance?
No, that's going to be okay. Right now, maybe I'll say because it's really pungent and all of that, I would say all or nothing amplified.
Really? Okay, what was your favorite fragrance last year? Because it changes every year.
Actually, it does. It does. Okay, it does. Because even this year, the new essence have done they, but I still like all or nothing amplified. It's unique. I'm in between. Yeah, I'm girly, but at the same time, I want to be able to control. I want you to notice that a girl just walked in. So yeah,
Okay.
I want you to notice that,
Okay. So
somebody you
you
should raise your head to just walk in. So that's my fragrance has to make noise. That's the kind of so that's
mm-hmm.
why I like all or nothing. The presence is there. You can't not notice it. And it really is long lasting. I do not need to touch up at all. And you will still smell so good for the whole of the day that you ordinarily need to try to make an impression. So yeah.
Good. Okay, okay, okay. I think me, I know the answer to this question, but I'm just gonna ask anyway. Morning person or night person?
Night person. No. Night person. I'm still a night
Night
person.
person. I go and sleep. Go and sleep. Thank you so
I'm
much,
still a
Coach
night
Joy.
person.
Thank you so much. Today. So much fun. And thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for inspiring us. And thank you for instructing us, with everything that you have shared today. I don't know. We've got like, another 8 to 9 minutes. I don't know if there are any questions. I mean, maybe there's something you want to ask that you haven't, that I haven't
Please
asked.
ask.
I think this is like just touching on. Yeah, Koja, I think I would like you to wrap up with this while I'm waiting for them to ask. How has Oriflame transformed your life personally and financially?
I think this is the only question that, because I mean, you have a little insight into what, when you are coming for stuff like this. And this is the only question that I wrote down my answer to because the thought came to me at some point. I really was mulling that part over. And here's what I wrote I said that that question, if my husband ever doubted my loyalty in our marriage, if he ever doubted, Oriflame gives me the opportunity to prove my loyalty to him every time. Now, how? I use my earnings to continue to show up in our marriage every time. I bring a lot to the table without throwing it in his face. Now,
Hmm.
I think that that answer really sums up because for me, I've always wanted to be that woman who could solve problems with her brain and how much, who could contribute financially. Since I was a little girl, I would say that anywhere. So it instructed my wanting to be a scientist because what are boys doing that I cannot do? I should not be able to do. What are the questions or the questions that the average man answers? I want to be able to answer. I got that from my mom. So a lot as well. She's like ordinarily up there. And that I'm the only girl. I like to be pampered, but I like to matter. Oriflame made that happen for me. So it's and easily without while doing my thing, while being a wife, while being a mom, while being the amazing boss, so to speak, beauty boss, all of that, I'm still able to matter so much that I am, everything that God has called me to be. And then in terms of ministry, personally. So without veering off what I like to do, I am still, answering who I ordinarily am in other spheres of influence. And then for my husband, every time because you show up, you're like, oh yeah, you can help to solve this. Okay, let's do this together. and you can show up financially, as well. It's not all up to him. So he sees that what you have, you want to make it work for both of you at home. Trust me, I think that any man listening to this, please do not hold her back anymore, because you will be the one to enjoy everything at the end of the day, unless she's not a proper Oriflame brand partner. This is what Oriflame
Exactly.
helped me do a lot.
Wow. That is so emotional because we are living in times today where I see people ask online. I'm like, and they're like, "What does she bring to the table?" I'm like, "Yo, have you met Oriflame brand partners?
Exactly.
Have you met Oriflame brand partners? Like we don't all we don't bring anything to the
We
table. We
bring
bring
the
the table.
table. We bring
Like
the
we
table.
bring the table.
We bring the
You know what
table.
that means? Like you take out your small table, throw it away, and bring a bigger
Exactly.
one. So if you are like a wife, a mom, even a daughter, like maybe you're not married yet, Oriflame would make you matter in your family. And guys, no matter what you achieve outside, truly, truly, the true worth of value that you bring is what happens inside. And that's why you see a lot of women, they go out, they hustle, they struggle, they do businesses, they do this, they do that. At the end of the day, what do
There's
they
nothing at
bring
home.
home? Because a lot of people are doing businesses that they are just counting turnover. Oh yes, I sold. I received plenty money. Does this come as back paid? At the end of the day, when you have minus the oil you bought and you have minus
Mm.
the transportation you paid, and you are at the end of the day you have zero, nada. Time for school fees reach. Husband will still pay everything. Time for house,
Mm.
husband will still pay everything. Okay, you
Mm.
have shop gone. You have been going to that shop every day. You not even cook well. I hope you are going to shop. When it's not time to renew rent for shop, Oga will still give you money to buy things inside the shop. Will still give you
You
money
pay
to
for DSTV of the
and
shop.
hey Jesus. And you will not they will not tell you bad word. Please, my dear, move over. Come to Oriflame. Let's show you how to do
Exactly.
this. Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Coach Joy, once again. I think we nailed it because we didn't get any questions. So guys,
Mm.
if you're watching this, I hope you have been inspired by her story, her journey from just wanting to try great products, perfume specifically. She found a way to build a business. And she shared with us how she started, she shared with us her struggles, and she's also shared with us her tools and what she does every single day to create the results in her business. And one thing I would always say, if she can do it, you too can. Okay? If she can do it, you too can. And please, I'd like you to type that in the comment. If Coach Joy can do this, I can. I want to see that in the comment. If Coach Joy can do this, I can. All right. So for those of us who are asking, and someone asked a question like, "How can you save this video?" I'm not sure what that meant. Do you want to save it on your phone? You don't have to. You have this right here, and it's also going to be on my YouTube channel. Okay. So
Yeah.
in case I know that Facebook these days, after 30 days, they want to kind of like remove.
Mm.
So this is also on my YouTube, so you can easily share this. Share it on your stories, share it on your
Yeah.
status. You can share it at least with 10 people. Okay, share it with 10 people. You don't know who might be looking for something like this. I know that when I came to Coach Joy's house, I didn't know that she wanted this kind of opportunity. I knew that she'd be a great fit, but I didn't know that it would really, really change her life. And this is where we are, 7, 8 years down the line. And the fact that I shared this opportunity without bothering about how she would respond, just like she said earlier, dissociating yourself from the outcome. That you share
Outcome.
this video does not necessarily mean the person will join you, but it doesn't even matter. Share it anyway. You don't know who will watch this video and be like, you know what? I really want to do this. I want to grow. I want to succeed. If Coach Joy can do it, then I'm willing to give this a shot. So please, guys, don't be a gatekeeper. Share,
At
share,
all.
share, share, and tag. So thank you guys once again. Until I come your way on the next episode, I am going to hunt for another amazing Oriflame leader to bring their stories right to you. Until I see you again, keep glowing, keep growing with Oriflame. Thank you.
Thank you.